Hi, and welcome to today's podcast. I'm Rachel Chamness. I'm a shamanic channel and mentor, and I help spiritual seekers channel with beings of light, not just messages, but healing and light language as well. So, if you don't know, I do have a mastery program. It's a 9-month program called Accelerated Channeling Mastery. You can find out more about it on my website at soundwavesheal.com/channel. But today I want to bring forth one of my students. I love to show off my students. They are amazing channels. And as we go through all the levels of all the different kinds of channeling, trance channeling, light language, and Reiki healing, there's so many levels of shamanic training as well. And not to mention tons and tons of protection, which you really, really need to bring in a trance channel, especially one this deep. So this week in the 19th class, we were practicing holding in our partner guides for 20 minutes or more and having someone else ask questions. So in this episode, you'll hear Michele London from wheatinchaff.com trance channeling her Insectoid Mantis partner guide, whose name is Chow. Welcome to 5D Channels and Chats with Rachel Chamness. As a shamanic channel and mentor, I'll be sharing wisdom and healing from higher dimensions through channeling beings of light. You will also hear liquid Reiki shamanic sound healing, channels between intuitives, and discussion on higher dimensional healing and channeling. You'll find links and more in the show notes, so be sure to check them. You can find me at soundwavesheal.com and my Facebook group, 5D Daily Spiritual Healers in Higher Dimensions. A couple of things about that. Yes, Chow, the insectoid mantis, is from the light. What is trance channeling? If you're new to my podcast, trance channeling is not the kind of channeling where you're repeating the message you're hearing or getting in some way with your clairs, but it is actually letting the being step into your body and speak through your body, your mouth, your throat to speak and bring healing through. And that is what we practice in very high levels in this course. So this is the 19th class out of 22 live 2-hour classes. So we're almost done there. And these students are very high mastery level at this point. We've gone through so much training. And the program doesn't end there. It goes longer than that. There's much more that comes after that. But for trance channeling, you have to have a lot of protection, you have to have a lot of knowledge, and you have to really know what you're doing so that you can do it safely. But you can be assured that this is a very safe and beautiful channel of Chow. In this class, we had the students ask each other questions. So you'll hear Michele deep into trance, and she is channeling Chow, and you'll hear Leslie asking her the questions. She's another mastery channeling student. Leslie Hurd is a licensed professional counselor, advanced light language practitioner, psychic Reiki healing master teacher, and advanced trance channel medium. She's also working on her mastery in this class, as these are all part of the training of my class. And you'll hear Michele, who is channeling Chow, and she's a Reiki master teacher, an advanced light language practitioner, and an advanced trance channel working on her mastery as well. And so I took this straight from class number 19, and I hope that you really enjoy it. Just a few things. What is a partner guide? A partner guide is the being whom you have the relationship with that you are bringing through their channels consistently. So if you know of trance channels who only channel one being, that being is their partner guide. So Chow is Michele's partner guide. I'd like to point out that in trance channeling, there's often lots of pauses. As you're trance channeling this being, they're using the words of your brain. So you'll even hear a little bit of a Long Island like mannerism or accent sometimes. And that's because Chow is using Michele's brain to speak through using her words. And when you're trance channeling, you can kind of feel that. It's really interesting. And there's also a lot of pauses. That's really natural. In a podcast, I always edit out the pauses of my trance channeling and my students just because it's easier to put the sentences together and really get the message. But I just wanted you to know that if you are practicing trance channeling and you have a lot of pauses and you hear a channel like this where there's not a lot and you're wondering what the difference is, it's just that we edited them out. So it's totally natural if you have pauses in your trance channeling. So enjoy this beautiful trance channel of Chow with Michele and Leslie asking the questions, and stay tuned to the end. If you have questions for Chow, I'm going to tell you how you can ask them.
Okay.
All right. So let's
Okay, Leslie.
ask Michele. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of all the questions. I think this is the harder part.
Oh, we'll send
Right,
you
I know.
questions.
Just
Okay.
thinking, okay, I'll open the chat and let's look.
Yes, we are very excited for this portion. We have been waiting for this opportunity to interact with you in this way. So we are equipped to give responses to your questions to the best of our ability. And we wish you to ask your first question at this time.
Hi, Chow. Can you tell me more about what you look like?
We love this question because it is indeed one of the reasons why we have agreed to connect in this way, the channel and myself, for it is important for you all to become comfortable with different forms of star races and star beings so that you will not be afraid for when the time comes when the connection will happen in your 3D reality. We are a mantis being classified as insectoid, and there are many different forms of mantis beings and many different forms of insectoids with varying degrees of frequencies, dimensions, and also densities. We are of the higher realm, and we at this time are part of a larger collective. But there was a time when we were individual and physical. And when we were in that lifetime, we were approximately 9 feet tall, picturing us as a large grasshopper with tan skin with a typical exoskeleton and with a rather clunky, noisy way of walking. You basically could hear us come around the corner before you would see us.
Oh, that sounds fun. So are mantis beings creators?
Some of them are, and we are not part of that group, but mantis beings, they reach higher much higher realms of dimensions. And we would say that there are those within our species who have reached such heights as to be considered founders, to be considered creators of universes, and working close by with source consciousness, universal consciousness itself. But again, we are not part of that, but we do recognize that higher being.
Okay, thank you. Is the planet that you were originally from still around?
That planet is no longer in existence, for it had long been destroyed. In fact, when the channel and I had past lives together, it was many, many thousands of years after our planet had been destroyed. So, to give you some idea of the length of Earth time, hundreds of thousands of years ago.
Okay. So after that happened, were there several of your group that dispersed throughout the universe in
We
different places?
did. We went in many different directions, for we are space-faring species and we work collaboratively with many other different star races. So we spend the majority of our time and have evolved into space-faring species, living on ships, working on ships, in more of the scientific studies is where we reside.
Okay. Are there any negative mantis creatures? And if so, are there any of them near Earth?
There are service to self, insectoid, but we would suggest fewer than you would think. And there are those lower vibrational insectoid slash mantis beings who do try to interfere in your reality. But again, they are not the only ones, and no one really has to fear these lower frequency beings as long as one keeps their own vibration higher and at a certain level. But it is important that you understand the variety of mantis beings as well as insectoids, or they come in all shapes and sizes and all varying vibrations, frequencies, and intentions. We obviously come from a collective group of like-minded spirits who are here mainly to assist in your evolution, in your ascension on Earth. And we are proud and grateful for this opportunity to assist you at this time.
Thank you. We're really glad to have you. Can you tell us anything about the Age of Aquarius, which has started today on this date for Earth?
This is a casting out of habits, thought processes, and belief systems from ages gone by, that of the Piscean, which is where you see in the symbols of Aquarius the water cascading out of the jar, which is symbolic of the casting out or dispersing or eliminating those belief systems that no longer resonate on your planet. It's a getting rid of these belief systems and these thought processes. And this is the transition that you are in right now, although it is continuing to happen and will not complete itself for another 30 years.
Okay. Can you tell us why some humans have negative reactions to insectoids and what we can do to clear that?
Well, we would suggest that most of you who have fears of our race is because of cell memory from many different wars that have taken place that they have participated in. And it is within your cellular memory that we trigger. So that is the source of the fear. And that is also the reason why we are here wishing to make ourselves known to dispel that myth that just like not all races or not all peoples on your planet are one way just because of a few bad apples.
Right. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. How many mantises are in your collective group?
Right now, there are approximately 237 souls, but they are not all mantis beings. They are a collective of like-minded beings, some of them which are mantis beings, but we also have reptilians and we also have Palladians and Syrians and a multitude of different beings in our collective. But again, we must emphasize that when we are picking out these races, these are only a way for you to understand and to conceptualize the origins of the individuals who make up the collective, or they do not identify with these star races. They have histories with these star races, but they are far removed from them at this time.
Okay. Can you tell us how long you have been around Earth?
We are assuming that you are speaking of the collective.
Yes.
We have been working with this channel and also working on many different timelines and dimensions simultaneously, and we have been focused on your planet for over 1,000 years.
Wow. Okay. So have you ever tranced with anyone besides Michele, either as Chow individually or any other aspect of the collective?
This is, yes, but not on Earth.
Okay.
We are part of a organization, if you will, of a sort from the Galactic Federation, an agreement to assist in those planets with civilizations who are at a certain level of development where they are ready to receive information that we are willing to share. And we have been part of this program for over 1,000 years.
Okay. So can you tell us more about the Galactic Federation in general?
This has been in existence for, we would say, over 100,000 years ago for the purpose of quite literally policing your quadrant within this galaxy. For there was cause many, many thousands of years ago through beings, as I am sure you are all aware of, from certain star systems, we would suggest draconians who have wreaked havoc in your system for millennia. And the Galactic Federation's main coming together creation was to thwart this invasive species' aggressive acts towards civilizations, not only on your planet, but on other planets, interfering with their development and not adhering to non interference laws within the universe.
Okay. Can you tell us more about any of the wars around Earth that are in our cellular memory as humans?
The one that comes to mind would be that of Orion. For all you need to do is look at your famous Star Wars collection of films to understand the basis of that conflict. That conflict was, we would say, the most devastating and long lasting wars that have existed within your galaxy. And many souls on Earth participated on both sides of that war. And there are scars left from that war that have been carried on from that constellation to Earth to play out over and over again. And because of these deep rooted scars within your memories, you are all quite easily triggered.
Okay. So are there currently beings on many planets in our solar system?
There are many existing star races within your solar system that you are not aware of because of your current perceptions within your 3D density, vibrational frequency. You cannot see them. Many of them exist within planets, within stars, and in different dimensions. An example of this would be the planet Venus, where she does have not one, but three major star races that live within her and upon her. Now, your scientists don't understand this because they are only existing in a time space conundrum and cannot think in terms of quantum physics. Although they are being opened up to this awareness, it is slow moving, where this awareness has been creeping its way into your scientific community since the 1920s.
Thank you. That's all so encouraging and interesting. And we really appreciate you answering our questions and working through Michele to bring all of this guidance and healing and energy to us. So thank you for joining us and for answering my questions. And I think that's all I have right now.
We are very pleased for this sharing, and we are very pleased that this channel has opened herself up for this possibility. And we hope that this is not the last time that we will have an opportunity to share in this manner. And we thank you with love and peace.
Well, that was cool.
Wow. Yeah, that was a lot of information.
Yeah.
How long was I going for?
20 minutes.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you so much for watching, Michele, Trancing Chow. And thank you so much, Leslie, for asking the questions. You'll see Leslie trance channeling all over my social media pages, along with my other students, if you're following me on social media at Sound Waves Heal. If you wanted to ask questions of Chow, then I hope that you will join us this Thursday at 12 p.m. noon Eastern Standard Time, where I'll be live in my Facebook group. My Facebook group is for channels and mediums and healers and those who want to be. So it's called 5D Daily Spiritual Healers in Higher Dimensions. And we'll be live for just about 20 or 30 minutes, Michele and I, and you can pop in any question you want for Chow in the comments, and I will ask the questions and she will trans channel for us live. So I hope you'll be there. See you on Facebook or see you next week. Thanks so much for tuning in and have a great week. Thank you for joining me for today's episode. If you are a healer or spiritual entrepreneur, present or future, I'd like to invite you to my Facebook group, 5D Daily Spiritual Healers in Higher Dimensions, where I'll be live for more discussion and questions on Thursdays. I'll put the link in the show notes. I'm Rachel Chamness at Sound Waves Heal.